Uh, Mr. Craig Phillips. So today we want to talk about the very most and very popular topic that is really shout all across the internet. People have been thinking about it. People have been talking about it. People have been misrepresenting and misexplaining about it, and as a result, it becomes a fake news even when they didn't really intend to do that, Mr. Greg Phillips. And this is a topic that is about the situation that's ongoing right now in the United States. For me, I personally I know exactly what's happening, and I really like what's happening. It's just something that when people don't understand, it's scaring people. Let's talk about deportation. Let's talk about those people that are really the detained at the airport, detained, and also the visas are canceled. So people are actually just confused about that, Ms. Phyllis. Could you explain what exactly is happening and who are at risk? Situation is there, but who are the people who should actually fear about that situation?
Well, let's go a little bit deeper, Suresh. Let's look at the big picture.
Yes.
Number one, that international students coming to the United States is the second largest export for the U.S. And we have over 100,000 international students studying in the United States. And they're bringing in millions of dollars in tuitions and living expenses, which brings revenue for our tax department in the United States, which brings jobs for people in all the 50 states of the United States. And so that's a very important sector for the U.S. is international students studying in the United States. Again, that being an economist, that an economist would say to our president, the U.S. president, we don't want to damage this. At the same time, there are things that need warning needs to be sent out.
Yeah.
And of those 100,000 plus students, there are some that are breaking laws. There are some that are not serious about their studies. There are some that are being involved in activities that go counter to United States interests. And so those students need to lose their visas or being warned that they will lose their visas if they continue in such activities. So let's talk about who has lost their visas.
Yes.
People who have been involved in the Palestinian protests, people who have been involved in working illegally, people who have been involved in breaking some laws, involved in some criminal activities. Some people that they've found they're not attending their classes and they're just doing something else apart from doing their studies, which they're on a study visa. So all of these things go counter to what the visa has actually been given to them. It goes counter to what the students have been told by the universities. Stay away from these activities, do these activities, and you'll be able to maintain your student visa. We received email this week from someone saying that we heard that the president has canceled all international student visas. That would be the most insane thing because it's one of our hugest income sources for the United States. And so that's not going to be done.
Yeah.
And so this is a warning that's being sent out to abide by the rules. The rules that are given, don't cross them, don't go against them.
Yeah.
And again, some mistakes may be made occasionally, but that's very small percentage compared to the over 100,000 students that are in the United States. But it's just those students who are involved in some sort of activities considered to be going against U.S. interests, such as protests against the U.S. on different things, and then illegal activities, working illegally, not going to class, just being residing in the U.S. Without actually studying, and so those things are not,
Yeah, and also I saw people making titles like even green card holders getting deported, and for me, like I did the research on my own behalf, and what I found is those people who's got the green card actually got that. I mean, they're into criminal stuff, and they're involved in it,
So
and that's why they're deported.
connected with any
Yes.
terrorist outfits or anything that's going against U.S. interests that is going to be counter to the
Exactly. Even those people when they go to US and they enter through the airport and some are like communists, I say, sorry, they're gonna take our phone, and I just tell them, you don't have to get scared with taking your phone. If you're a good person, what's gonna happen? Let them take, right? I mean, if sometimes it's not like they just take every single person's phone. It's gonna be too late, too long process for that immigration clearance, And there are sometimes there are some people, even as a person, even when I just people see on I see people on the street, I just have some kind of stuff on my mind when I see that. So, and I think this it same goes with the the immigration officers too. And sometimes they notice some certain things on some people, very rare cases, and they may actually just call them for double check, and they may double check their phone. And sometimes the person that they has a doubt on their mind has something going on wrong, because their intention not to go to US, or they did something wrong, that's why they're trying to run away. They have some communication going on, illegal stuff. If they really found that, maybe those are the people who's going to be deported. Other than that, if they even take their phone or every single stuff's life's briefly and email and every single details, that's gonna be nothing else.
Yeah.
It's better actually. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
And so the key is stay away from all negative
Yes, yes,
activities.
yes.
That's what we tell our students. We prime them. How will you be better your university? Make your university a better place, and
Yes.
be involved in all positive activities. Stay away from all negative activities.
Yes,
Be an
yes.
ideal student.
Be an
a
ideal
model
student,
student. Be
yeah.
helpful to your fellow students and professors, and be involved in all good activities, and abstain from negative activities. And
Yeah.
then someone just randomly at the gym this morning said, my son's studying in the United States. He's been there for 4 years. He has 1 year left, and you think he's in danger? I said, he's only in danger
Yes.
if he's involved in some sort of activity that goes counter to what his visa rules stipulate. If
Yes.
he's maintaining the visa rules, and when every student goes to the United States, Suresh, they have to go through at least a week-long orientation program where the university explains all what they can do, what they can't do. And
Yes.
so every university is giving you an outline. So you don't have to worry. Just go in there clean and stay clean, and you're going to be able to complete your studies in the United
Yeah.
States and go on to great horizons for the future.
That's very good. That I think that really explains a lot. A lot of people, they've been thinking about it. They've been looking for this information, and I just tell them, and some people just misrepresent the news. Even the big medias in local countries, especially including Nepal, India and Pakistan, in every single country. Some people. I mean, it's sometimes they don't really intend to do something bad, saying the news what's happening, but it's just that sometimes they don't even understand the background story. It's true that green card holders are getting deported, but what's the story behind those green holders? The students got deported. That's the title that give you on the news, and they get a lot of views.
Yes.
and the point is, again, what's the background behind that person?
Right.
So that's what I tell a lot of people always. And also one of the advice I think I would ask you this, Miss Greg Fellows. So I think if it means that students are allowed to, as per the U.S. law as of now, and what the practice is, they can work on campus up to 20 hours per week.
Yes.
And that means they're not allowed to work outside of campus, and they cannot be running and just thinking about money and working on a petrol pump. I just saw some students being deported from Texas. Like they were working at a petrol pump and they didn't go to the classes. They can't do this. And I just feel that this is really good for a good reason. Why? Because the only good students will always stay there. And also people who can do research. I think somebody, if you're watching this today, so you're one of those who really is doing a good research, and I think you have a great future. So my point again is this. So I think students should be really making a wise decision before they apply into the certain university states, because some students, they just jump to the very expensive university. They can't pay the tuition fee. That's really working very hard, and that can actually lead them to illegal works as well sometimes. And I think the best and wise idea would be choosing the very best affordable university based on their own personal status, their economic background.
That's correct.
So with that, they don't need to worry about living expenses too much. They know how much to spend.
And you can focus on your
once
studies. You can get your marks can be high.
Yeah, once they finish the study with U.S. degree with a great GPA, they can go anywhere else in the world. There are
great opportunities.
The 50 states. The states are actually, even one state which is a very popular for us, Minnesota. It's 1.5 bigger than Nepal. So they can go to, like, U.S. is a country that is made with 50 countries actually. So that's what I tell. And you can go anywhere else. You talk about New York, talk about California. And I think that's the best idea, to choose the affordable university and affordable state. You don't want to be thinking about going to Los Angeles and California and Silicon Valley in the beginning if you are somebody coming from and just trying to apply from a third world country, and if you have a financial background, that's kind of like okay, so you can still apply. But make your, I think they should make a wise decision when they're selecting the universities,
That's
correct?
correct, Suresh.
Okay, the
Very good
number
point.
one, that was great. And also, any tips you have at the end? I think this has been a great information for a lot of people.
Well, Suresh, I just feel that, again, if you're a genuine student and you're interested in studying in the United States, that the United States will welcome you. And you need to have a good academic background, good GPA or percentage, and you need to have good English proficiency, and you need to have proper funding to cover for your education. And if you have those things in place and you choose a good university, then U.S. is welcoming all students, none barred.
That's great. Thank you very much for such a great information.
You're
It
welcome.
is
Thank
going
you,
to save
sir.
a lot of people's dreams. Yeah, thank you. Great.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.